Welcome back to KP's Kingdom, Cooking with KP. And today I'm going to show you how I make my beautiful little pork meatballs with a smoked pork belly or bacon sauce. Let's get on with it. I'm going to start off with the sauce. 400 gram tin of crushed tomatoes goes in. Now into that I'm just going to add a little bit of stock powder, a chicken stock powder, about 2 teaspoons. I'm just going to fill that up with some nice hot water. Give it a quick stir, and that's going to rinse the can out as well as give us a vessel to make our little bit of stock up. We don't want to overgo or put too much stock into this. That goes straight in, and we're just going to put that on a medium heat and let everything cook down. This is probably the hardest part of this recipe, and it's something I like to do first. So here I've got some dried basil leaves, they're going in, and I've got some oregano, dried oregano leaves, around about a teaspoon, maybe two teaspoons. Some onion powder, about another teaspoon. That goes straight in. A little bit of ground sage, about half a teaspoon, and the equivalent to about 1.5 cloves of garlic. And yes, once again, I'm just using my garlic paste. Just keeps things nice and easy. 2 tablespoons of tomato paste concentrate go in, just like that. And once again, we'll just give all that a bit of a stir. Now here I've got some fresh parsley. There's some fresh parsley growing out in the garden, so I've just picked around about 3 tablespoons worth, and I'm not even going to crush those up. That'll be taken care of a little bit later. So just pluck the leaves off, put that straight in, and that's going to give it a nice little vibrant green fresh flavour. Nice and easy. And if you can't get a fresh parsley, you can get away with using your dried parsley flakes, of course, or even now we can find parsley paste in our supermarket. Look, around about a cup of red wine. Use a red wine of your choice, and we're just going to leave that sit on a nice low heat for a bit. We're going to season it up with some freshly ground black pepper, and we'll check for salt in a little bit, and keep checking it, and if you think it needs salt, add it. Now I'm using my immersion mixer to blitz all of this up and make it really nice and fine. Chop up any of those herbs, chop up any of those little bits of tomato that might be left over. Okay, and that's our soup basically done. So here I've got a nice little piece of smoked pork belly, which is basically a bacon rasher. And if you haven't already gone back and looked at my video, which is my pork belly stew, you might as well go and have a look at that and see how this pork belly turns up at my place. This is the full pork belly. We just basically cut it up into nice little strips like that, cryovac it, and put it in the freezer until we need it. And once it's cryovacked, it won't oxidize, it won't go off very easily at all. You won't end up with freezer burn, and it'll stay good for months. Right, so we're just going to leave that on a nice low heat and let all that fat render down out of that pork belly. And that smoky flavour, oh, amazing. So 500 grams of pork mince, and this is a rough grind pork mince, the sort of pork mince used to make a salami or a sausage. So as you can see, it's quite chunky. The in-laws were out making sausage with their friend, so they brought me the leftovers, and that's about 500 grams. I'm splitting that in half between my little food processor and a nice big bowl, just like that. Half and half. And what we're going to do now is we're going to season up our one side of our mince. We're going to add some white pepper, ground white pepper, some onion powder goes straight in like that. And there's nothing wrong with using an onion powder. It's an easy, cheats way to get some flavour into things. About 2 cloves of garlic and about 2 teaspoons of paprika. If you've got smoked paprika, go ahead and use it. That would taste absolutely amazing. A good 3 teaspoons of salt, because pork needs salt. Now, all we're going to do now is add in some dried Italian mixed herbs, and that's a really cool little mixed herb recipe, that one. That actually has some chili flake, and it also has some tomato flake in it. Now we're going to blitz this up really, really fine. Now, as you can see, that is really fine. You can see the colour of that paprika has already come through. Right. And there's a good reason for me wearing these rubber gloves. That paprika will stain your fingers. So you give it a quick mix with a spoon, add in 1 egg. Now these eggs were quite large. Depending on the size of your egg, one of our next processes or our next steps might not be necessary. Alright, so it's a little bit wet, so we're just going to add a little bit of breadcrumb. Just add a little bit, see how it's looking, and just add a little bit more. So in total, that might have been about 3 tablespoons, maybe 4 tablespoons, and that's going to help soak up any of that excess egg that we had. That was the only problem with using my large eggs that I had. Now, I mentioned the gloves. Use your hands, get in there and mix it up really, really good using your hands. And as I said, the rubber glove will stop your hands being stained by the paprika. Alright, I'm getting a little ice cream scoop, and I'll use this just as a nice little measure. Put it into your hands, give it a nice little roll, compress it down. We want a nice tight meatball for this particular one. If you've seen some of my other recipes, I make a light meatball where I don't roll them. These, we want them nice and tight because it's going to be going into a nice little pasta dish. Right. So I'm just going to put that onto a tray lined with some grease-proof paper, and we've got our oven already sitting at 180 degrees Celsius or centigrade, however you want to say it. I'm just going to keep making those little balls. They're going to go into the oven for 15 minutes and they come out looking like that. How perfect do they look? No grease, no fat, and they're absolutely beautiful. Let's serve up. Get the pasta of your choice, put that into a bowl. I'm just using some spirals here. It's just a nice little thing I had sitting in the cupboard. We can now add our meatballs straight over the top. Just divide them by 2, depending on how big a meal you want to make. Look, we're pretty big people. We like to eat, so we're serving up a nice big meal. Spoon your sauce straight over the top with all those little bits of bacon. And how does that look? And how easy was that? I'd like to see you try and make this one at home. Super easy. The kids will love it. You will love it. I know I did. Get some freshly grated Parmesan cheese and sprinkle that over the top, and there you go. KP's pork meatballs with smoky pork belly sauce. Alright. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. Hit that notifications bell. You'll be notified every time a new video goes up, or so YouTube says. But if you like this video, hit that like button. I really do appreciate it. Gives me confidence. It should make you feel warm and fuzzy too. More importantly, I want you to come and join the family. My family. Hit that subscribe button. I'll give you a nice woggy close-up shot, and you'll never miss another one of my videos again. I will catch you next time.